this is Robert Estrin at livingpianos.com, your online piano store with yet another Bluthner. Bluthner is one of the great German pianos going back to the 1800s, still owned by the original Bluthner family. Handcrafted, absolutely exquisite instruments that, while they are European pianos, have a tone all their own that you can't describe. It doesn't sound like any other piano. There's a richness and almost a dark quality that is the antithesis of so many German pianos that have that brighter sound, and it's refreshing because there's a captivating quality to the sound of a Bluthner. This is a 6'4" grand, and you know, every time I shoot these videos, just before I go on, I kind of refresh my memory as to everything about the piano, and I could have sworn this piano was half the age because looking at it, it's almost like a new piano. This piano was built in 1969. It's got an absolutely, you have to look with a microscope to tell that these are ivories because they're as perfect as plastic. And aside from that, everything is dialed in, and I have a little bit of repertoire to play for you, a couple of short selections, and then an entire piece, which we're going to get to in a little bit. It's a new piece for me, and not a new piece for you, a piece you all know. So I'm going to start off here with just a small gavotte from Bach's French Suite number 5 in G. Delightful French Suite. Each movement is a dance movement, and glorious, glorious music for you to check out sometime. So because the last piece I'm going to play, which is still a surprise, is a piece that's on the color, a lot of colors and different textures, but doesn't really open up full tilt boogie, as they say. So I've got for you now just the opening chords from the Tchaikovsky B-flat minor piano concerto, just so you hear what it sounds like, really giving energy. And once again, this is a 6'4" grand, and you'll be really amazed at the quality of the sound this instrument produces. Not that 6'4" is a small piano, but it really does sound like, you know, almost like a concert grand in the depth of the sound. See if you agree. It goes on forever. The tone life is remarkable in everything you play. I told you I saved something for the end. It's a really funny thing. As a pianist, the piano repertoire is so vast. And so often people come up to me and say, do you know this or that, some really famous piece? And I have to sheepishly say, you know, I haven't learned that because, you know, like for example, I play many Beethoven sonatas, not all of them, but quite a number. But it was only a few years ago that for the first time I learned the Moonlight Sonata. I just never learned that one. And so now that's a part of my repertoire. Well, today, just recently over Thanksgiving, I learned Clair de Lune of Debussy. Yes, Clair de Lune. If so many people ask, do you know Clair de Lune? Well, yeah, sure, I know it. I've heard it a million times. Well, I finally learned it, and it was actually on Thanksgiving. I had just gotten it learned, and it went around. I came into the store because I wanted to play all my pianos, because when do I ever get a chance to do that with no interruptions? And we have a whole bunch of concert grands, 9-foot concert grands, and I played Clair de Lune on every single one of them. And each one brought out a different performance. And then when I was done with that, I sat down in this Bluthner. Something possessed me to try it on the Bluthner. And it was an amazing thing what came out on this piano. And I want you to hear it. because, as I said, Clair de Lune has so many different colors, and this piano really exemplifies it. So listen to this Debussy and see how you enjoy this. So that's Clair de Lune on this Bluthner piano. A joy to play this instrument, an instrument that's been lovingly cared for. Our technicians went through and brought it to this incredible level. And there are just so few pianos like this in the world, and nothing quite like a Bluthner with its aliquot stringing, which no other piano has. In case you haven't heard about that, That's the fourth string. That is above the other three strings in the treble register of the piano. One of the things that gives a trademark singing quality to Bluthner tone. Thanks once again for joining me. I'm Robert Estrin here at livingpianos.com.